I just thought I would go live while I was getting some stuff done and check in, see how everybody's doing, how everybody's week has been. Hopefully, if it was not a great week, this upcoming week will be a better one for you. I am elbow deep in making fudge and other stuff for Christmas. So that is what I'm doing right now. It's one of those easy recipes that you can make. I don't recommend kids make it though, because it is still a boiled sugar, and that can be dangerous. But I don't know who's here, who's still sleeping. I hope everybody's, getting some Sunday sleeps in. The Colonel is sleeping. He just got home a little while ago. It's just me and the puppy. So she's watching me make fudge. I'm sure she's super enthused because she thinks she's going to get some of it. The first batch is maple walnut. I'll post the pictures when I'm done in the recipe if anybody wants it, so you can make it with your kids. There's so much to do. I gotta do my mini teacups. I'm gonna do the fudge. I've gotta do bark, Christmas crack. The heck's the other one? Oh, for the place my daughter works, the spoons for hot chocolate for the elderly people. So it's gonna be a busy ass day, but a fun day. I had a kind of shit week. I had a lot going on. I didn't get to do anything. I spent my birthday quietly, the way I enjoy it. No muss, no fuss, just me, my husband, and my granddaughter. I'm not a cake kind of person. I don't eat that stuff, and I just don't believe in wasting money on, parties and shit like that. I'd rather spend it on something viable and tangible that somebody will have for a long time. So we did that. Hopefully all was power today. That was funny yet not funny, because it took 2 days to fucking come back. That sucked. I guess there was a fire at that, whatever they call it, substation, portable station, whatever it is. And I mean, nobody was hurt, so that's a good thing. But annoying, for real. And of course, it came back on in time for Monday for work. I mean, what would our luck be if it didn't, right? But it's a gorgeous day out. Can't wait to get done and get some other errands to run. Don't mind the staring. Sorry. You cannot walk away from fudge. If you do, you regret life. 100%. It's like walking away with milk simmering on your stove. You just bought yourself a new stove. But it's a pretty easy recipe. I learned it when I was 9 or 10. It's literally on the back of a fluff container. So it's not my recipe for sure. But with the maple, you have to use white chocolate. You can't use all brown. You will need some brown though to make it thicken up a little bit, because white is just cocoa butter. There's no actual chocolate in it. It's a fib. Sorry to spoil it for everybody who likes it, but there's really no chocolate in white chocolate. And then I've got to do the peppermint patties. That's probably going to be the one that's, I would say, the most time consuming, because I have to make the inside, roll it out, cut it out, freeze them, dip them. But you have to temper the chocolate and everything in between so that it doesn't melt in your hand. That's how you keep chocolate from melting. You bring it up, you let it cool down, and then you remelt it. But the easier way is to let it all melt. I add in shaved chocolate because it melts easier and it doesn't take as long. That brings it down to the temperature, and then it'll be nice and glossy, like when you open a candy bar. So there's that. Anybody wants to come out of the bushes and say hello? I realize most of you live there. That's okay. Told you before, don't care who comes in, who don't come in. You want to come and have some fudge fun, making fudge? Come on in. This pot is literally only used for this. It was a $300, I think the name of it is Trichomonia. I think that's how you say it. But it's got a 1/2 inch thick bottom, so you're less likely to scorch or burn. Doesn't matter what you're cooking. It's not just intended for fudge. It's literally just a big stock pot. I think it's 10 quart. I can't lift it up to look because that whole full of fudge thing. The puppy's so cute. She's laying here sucking on her blanket like a toddler. Her and my granddaughter ran each other ragged yesterday. We did the annual decorating of the gingerbread. One of my daughters got called into work. She works for the local care facility and a couple of hospitals, so she couldn't make it, unfortunately. And my youngest one is under the weather and didn't want to get anybody else sick, so it was just me, my husband, my middle daughter, and my granddaughter. Needless to say, I won't buy generic gingerbread kits anymore. Hard lesson learned. Cheaper for sure. I usually get the ones that are made by Wilton. And because we don't actually eat them or anything like that, I'll usually get them right when the day after Christmas, when the sales happen and everything's like, 50-80% off on it. And then we just put them in our food storage area downstairs for the next year. But I didn't get a chance to do that last year because of my husband's surgery. So I was like, I am not. They actually went up even more. They were like $15 each year. I was like, yeah, not for something that's not going to get eaten. It's going to sit on my dining room table for the traditional 5 days before I get sick of it and throw it away. So I bought, it was a brand made by Walmart. Oh, God. That's all I got. Oh, my God. It was fucking horrible. It was horrible. I mean, they give you all the pieces you need, which I guess is a plus. And they were like 1/3 the cost. They looked great the minute you opened them, like from the the heat sealed paper shit they wrap them in. The roof fell off the tractor. The side fell off the barn. I started questioning if the gummies were CBD gummies because I don't eat candy. And I dropped one on the floor and the dog got it before I could get it away from her. And then she was like, I don't know, acting fucking stupid. And I checked because I wanted to make sure there was no xylitol or anything like that in it. Because that's deadly to dogs. So I had to recall all that Dollar Tree peanut butter. I don't know if anybody remembers that. But they had to recall it all because people used it for their dogs and unfortunately some animals died. That's not great, obviously. But it was fun. spin class. Oh, Tina, you are way more ambitious than me, but thank you. Spin a couple of laps for me. My knees are definitely not in spin class condition. I actually spent my day at the hospital on Tuesday. I was fine Monday, like all through the weekend. I got up Monday night to go to the restroom, and I thought that I turned my foot the wrong way, and like, because I fell into the wall, like not in, like fall, like, up against. And I was like, oh, Jesus. So I thought I pulled a muscle, and I called my doctor in the morning on Tuesday, and I said, hey, can I get a sick visit just so you can look at this, because it's kind of achy and it's unpleasant, and I'm not one to take pain pills or anything like that. I don't believe in them. I mean, but anybody else, take your stuff you prescribe, do your thing. And the minute I said where the pain was, she was like, you need to go to the ER right now. So I spent 6 hours at the ER getting ultrasounds. Make sure I didn't have a fucking blood clot. I was like, Jesus Christ. So that came back negative, thank God. But they tell you to follow up, with your doctor in a couple of days. And she told me to give it till Monday. And if it doesn't improve or gets worse, or obviously if anything happens before then, go back to the hospital. But I've just been like walking as much as I can, taking the dogs for walks and stuff, because I think I just pulled a muscle. But to pacify her, and give the medical system some more money, I'll go for my follow-up ultrasound. But so I didn't do much. My husband wouldn't let me. So it was just basically like walking around the house, and when he come home and went to bed, taking the puppy for a walk, because still she's got to go pee and stuff. So, but then, like I said, spent my birthday with my granddaughter, and she got her McDonald's, because we got to celebrate my birthday by you getting McDonald's. That's all the fun of it, isn't it? And because I don't eat cake or sugar or any of that garbage, I had an outshine grape pop while they sang Happy Birthday. It was festive, fun was had by all. I don't feel any different. So 57 isn't different than 56. Kind of disappointed. I thought maybe, there would be some magical thing that made it different. But I wrapped the rest of my gifts last weekend and got that done. I still have some like last minute things that got canceled by the store that was sending them, so I have to rebuy from a different store, so that's taking a little bit longer than I would like. We've already got our Christmas dinner planned. I normally don't celebrate Christmas on Christmas, but my kids wanted to do it on Christmas this year instead of doing what we normally do, so, which is the Epiphany. So, that's great. I have from the Monday before Christmas till January 5th off. So I'll enjoy my 2 weeks and get some after Christmas bargains, I guess, right? Anybody else do that? I don't do Black Friday. I did this year with my husband. I haven't done it in 30 plus years, but we went to a couple of stores that he wanted to go to, and they were not packed. I was kind of surprised. I think there was probably more activity Cyber Monday than there was on Black Friday. I did get some good deals at Walmart, though, for Black Friday. They had like men's joggers and men. I think it was, is it Reebok? I think it was Reebok, but don't hold me to that. So I got my son-in-law's some of those. One of them, well, he's not my son-in-law, but he's been around for like 10 years. So I got him some because he's on a soccer team, and they still, even though it's winter, they still practice and all that crap. But sometimes it's indoors, sometimes it's out on the field, depending on the weather. So I got him some of that. Got my granddaughter, some cute outfits. They have a lot of good sales if you have, little ones, and not so many. Oh, that hurt. Not so many toy sales, but I promised my daughter I would not go ham for toys this year. And I stuck to my agreement. My husband did more than I did. I got her a lot of Spider-Man shit. She likes to, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, I think they call it. It's the kids' spider people thing. I got her clothes, and her bedroom here was redone. She doesn't know that yet. She'll figure that out. She's been staying in the other bedroom while she's here. We told her that Santa told us we couldn't let her use her bedroom. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. Can you hear that fudge bubbling? That screams, ow, if you get it on you. It is extremely fucking hot. And you have to watch out when you stir it, because that's when you let out all the air bubbles. And that's when it blurps up, and that's when you regret life. Ooh. Can you hear that? Listen. That's crazy. I wish I had a nice copper pot to do this in, but I would only use it for that, and I can't justify the cost for something that's only used for candies. I do some hard candies, but not many. Anybody over 40 or maybe over 50 will know what that nougat candy is with the freaking gumdrops in it. They used to sell it in the supermarkets when we were kids. They called it a Brock's Pick Mix. You could go and pick, like, I don't know, they had like 20 or 30 different kinds of candy, like spearmint leaves, orange leaves, the gumdrop things, the nougat. And my mom was not a candy kind of person, like in terms of cooking, because she was more southern food. So it was a lot of collard greens and real cornbread, like lacy cornbread, mustard greens, turnip greens. But my dad did a lot of the baking. I think I got that from him. He didn't do too many candies, but he did do a lot of baking. Like cakes and corn muffins and stuff like that. He would get up before church on Sunday and get it all ready. He didn't have a lot of like pancakes or stuff like that. My dad didn't believe in that garbage. So it was usually like a corn muffin and some fresh eggs or stuff like that. I mean, pancakes were a rare treat. We were not rich by any means, but they always managed to do what they could. I mean, for a while, we used to get that orange government cheese. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Came in a box. We used to get that, I think, like maybe twice a month, something like that. When my dad had his first heart attack and he was out of work for a while. I'm going to have to take a picture and show you guys the color of this. It is the most pretty amber color. Almost done. Let me grab my other phone. and I'll post it later. Anybody got any plans for today? Just doing anything around the house other than Tina doing her spin classes for everybody who's not motivated, not motivated for that. Let's see here. Trying to get my doodad to face in the right direction here. Oh, well, that could be the problem. It's gonna steam up my camera. Oh, hey, Madna, how you doing? I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying your run up to, well, I mean, I'm sure you celebrate Christmas. I know you do, but I hope everybody's doing well. You gotta take some time off and do some slow things, right? You as well. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hope you take care of yourself and post some pictures, man. Ireland must be gorgeous this time of year. You as well. Thank you. Take it easy. Okay, time to take it off the heat. I appreciate that. You too, Magna. Have a great weekend. Stuff smells so good. You gotta do the vanilla off the heat unless you want to regret life because of the alcohol in it. It has a tendency to steam and make the fudge erupt. That is never pleasant. I also gotta find my maple drops here. Man, I think it's like a 2-ounce bottle of maple drops. I don't even think it's that much. 1 ounce. And it was $6. I was like, what the frig? Like, I didn't tap up real maple tree for that. Good lordy jordy. Where is my scissors? Gonna make sure my 2-pound shadow don't get a hold of any chocolate while I'm doing this. Because normally I do my fudge in like bars and stuff. But I decided because I have to ship some to do them all in individual little, the mini muffin doodads. I decided to do it in that instead to make life easier. And that was fun, putting 200 of those in the mini muffin trays. Don't want to put too much vanilla because these are actually going to be maple walnut. Man, that was one of the best smells ever. Not a chocolate eater, but the vanilla smell when it hits the hot. Oh my God, that's amazing. Let me add some maple here. Ooh, that's potent. I'm going to go back to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. I know they're not open on Sunday, which sucks because I can't do anything peppermint. Ooh, that's mapley. Can't do anything peppermint till I go back there. Wasn't paying attention when we went on Friday because I was just trying to get out. I don't like being around people, so I had my designated list of what to get and get the hell out. And I accidentally grabbed peppermint oil. It's edible, but it's super ass potent. And I was like, I can't do that. That's not a good idea. That's just going to be nasty. It'll be so strong. Oh, I'm not a fan of these chocolate chips that I bought. I usually get Ghirardelli and they were out. I think it just cooled the chocolate too much. There we go. I'll do 6 kinds of fudge. It's going to be an all-day affair. Start with the lighter colors, like the peanut butter and the maple, because everything from there on is dark chocolate, and I don't want it mixing. Just bubble up for a minute, but we won't be on forever today. Now my hands smell like maple syrup. I guess of all the things they could smell like, I guess that's a win. Take it where you can get it. This is one of my kids' favorites, the maple walnut. Just a pain in the butt to make. Yeah, Twister's arm there with the damn whisk. So I went back in, by the way, for anybody who was in that live, I don't know, was it last week, the week before, whenever it was. And because I don't pay for StreamYard, I don't know if that's why it didn't save it. Like, I used to be able to go back into the same studio and use the same studio. I don't know, maybe I did something wrong, because I know it changed. Not always for the good, but let's see here. Definitely smells mapley. The puppy's sleeping. A little bit more maple. I want it to scream, Vermont. Oh wait, no, Canada. Sorry, Canada. No disrespect, Canadians. I think you are the maple people. Oh, wow. That one's awesome. The whole challenge is to get it from the pan to the stupid little dosing cups. 1, without getting the crap burned out of you. 2, burning my kitchen table. I don't have a marble table anymore. I used to have a marble table that I would do my fudge on. I don't have that anymore. So you have to be careful with it. There we go. Just trying to get those last few chips to melt. I definitely won't buy that generic shit no more. Ghirardelli is more expensive, but it's definitely worth the money, for sure. Actually, you know what? I think to make my life easier, I'll bring the pan over here instead of bringing the pan to the table. Grab one of the mini cupcake pans here. I get the giant ones. It makes it so much easier to have like a, it's called a melting bowl. Greaseproof gas. Lying piece of the crap. The papers I bought said greaseproof and they're not. Just putting the nuts in it is making spots and I don't like that. So if you do chocolates frequently, you want to invest in a melting pot. Makes it easier. You can put it over a pan and do the, the double boiler method without a double boiler. Turn it off. Once it's warm. Like I said, it looks good. I don't eat it, but it looks good. Let me grab a ladle. Where's all my ladles? That would be my husband doing dishes and not putting things where they belong. Appreciate him doing it, but have that theory. Do it right, I just don't. And here we go. Don't do too much in it, because then it'll be too hard, too fast. They're probably, I wouldn't say the size of a mini Reese, because a mini Reese isn't this big. Kind of in between a real Reese and a mini. But as long as they do their thing, I don't care. It's just so much easier. I normally do it in slabs, cut it, but because I have to ship it and it's got to go in boxes, I don't really like doing that. I think it's just easier this way. And it's easier too for the people eating it. You can just peel it out of the paper without getting a mess ass on your hands. So the melting pot is cold and it is causing it to seize. Give it a good hot stir. That's the only thing you can't, like you literally can't walk away from this stuff for multiple reasons. One is the obvious, it's hot boiled sugar, but it'll seize up and you can just throw your pan away. Don't even waste your time trying to clean it. Just throw it away. Okay, there we go. Let's go a little bit faster. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys the pictures. Anybody who's not a candy cooking person would still be able to do this because it's such an easy recipe. Like I said, not mine. From the back of the fluff container. It's like 6 ingredients, I think, total. Sugar, evaporated milk, fluff, chocolate chips, and salt, and vanilla. 7. There we go. Got a bird sitting on my deck watching me through the window. That's not creepy or anything. Thank you for giving me avian issues, bird. I usually enjoy the birds, but when they're staring at you through the window, it's kind of weird. I'm sorry, puppy. I didn't mean to wake you up. I'm getting dirty eyes from the dog. Why are you waking me up, fish? Don't wake me up, fish. The good thing about the candy dipper melting bowl thing is nothing sticks to it. So you can scrape it right on out. Even if you have like chocolate that got too firm while you were working with it, because it has that stainless steel coating. It's just so much better. There are so many holes in this. I think it's 48. I got 6 trays to do of each flavor. So it's gonna be fun. I mean, in the upside, I don't have to cut it all, because normally when we cut it, we individual paper it, and that's a pain in the ass. Time consuming for real. You can get the, I don't know if Michael's sells it. I didn't see it at Hobby Lobby, so, because I used to get mine from my distributor because I had my own business, but you get the little wax papers and literally sit there and do it by hand. There's a candy channel on YouTube. If anybody enjoys watching that, it's Hercules Candy. I think they said they're in New York. I don't know where in New York, but somewhere in New York. Gotta add some nuts to the top before it cools. But that is, I like watching that. I watch them once in a while when they're doing like the ribbon candy and the pulled candies. I don't do that. I am not a fan of that. I don't like to do it at all. It's just one of those things you can't step away from after I had kids. And that was one of the main reasons, because it's too easy for somebody to get freaking irreparably burned from that stuff. And there's no going back on that crap. No, ma'am. You are unfortunately injured for life on that one. And I don't want to do that to anybody. I only started doing it because my son was little, and I learned how to make the specialty cakes by reading the Wilton book. I still have my collection of pans, but as my kids get older, I gave some away, and some of the ones that you can't get anymore that were popular back when my son was born, those you can't even get anymore. One pan down. Let's grab the other one while the pan gets hot as heck. Got the fan going. Hot as hell in here. I was doing my meditation class while the fudge was simmering. Something I could do while standing near the stove. I look forward to all of my meditation classes on Sunday. It's fun. Got some hot water on that, or we'll never see that spoon again. Goodness, there's a ton of the I might end up doing a couple of blocks anyway. I think it's going to be too much for these next 48 cups. I wish it was easier to ship to people on here, but we have to use dry ice when we're doing it because can't do anything that might make it wet or get condensation. Want to keep it in consistent cool, but going through like UPS or whatever you mail it through, can't guarantee the temperature. That's half the problem. I don't know if my granddaughter's going to eat this. She likes walnuts, but I don't know if she'll want it in a candy. Never had much of the candies that I make because we don't allow her to have a lot of that sugar and stuff. And it's not a good idea at that age. Oh, I'm going to tell you guys, it's so funny. Oh, crap. I know anybody but a kid will understand. When we were doing our things yesterday, I wanted to listen to Christmas music. I was like, just something chill. And no, we ended up listening to 2 hours of K-pop Demon Hunters. I was like, what the actual F? Because apparently, I don't know what language anybody watching is from, but they do have it on YouTube in multiple different languages, which I think is cool. And I think on the Squawk Box, who shall not be named, because she will interrupt me, uh, she does it in different languages as well. I don't understand it, but she does it. I got an update the other day. I was listening to my meditation on the Squawk Box in the morning while I was in the shower, and I got out of the shower, and I guess in that time frame, she had updated, and apparently her voice changed. So I was a little bit confused how I went from what they call classic Squawk Box to what the hell did she call herself? Oh my god, what the fuck did she call herself? Not hip, modern. Modern, I think is what she called herself. I was like, okay, well, that's different. I'll do that. But the Squawk Box that now has her own ability to change her own identity. That's a little scary. Next thing will be the Squawk Box on your phone doing it. Sorry about that water. Had to run it a little bit for the fudge to get it off my whisk. Okay. So we filled up those 2 trays, and we still have enough for a block. Oh, that's a lot. So we're going to do it on this platter here. And that will be the end of this batch. And then I can take the puppy out for a quick walk and start a new one. Dang it. Hot and heavy. Well, that. Just got a little to smooth out here. I think those white chocolate chips that I bought were not true white chocolate. I feel like it didn't act like it would normally act. You know, dawn soaking in the pan, so get that all done. I have to coat with a circle of fudge instead of a square for the last batch. That's okay. Once I cut it down, you never know. Living none the wiser. Okay, so I have to get it under my nail. Not a fan of getting it on my hands. Well, that is all done. I think I'm going to let you guys go so that I can get ready to wash dishes and start my next batch. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, a great Sunday, and have a great week coming up. Take it easy.